Please work. You are live. All right, ladies and gentlemen. It's back like we never left. Bobby D's still breathing. You are live. Okay, let me turn this down. Yes, I missed you guys. Hope you all missed me in my big mouth. Could I get a sound check? 1 2 1 2. Isla said, "What are you doing? Putting a pack of cigarettes in your shirt pocket? That's ridiculous." I said, "It's a prop." She said, "For what?" I said, "Well, when you get old and all that chest that used to be up here is down here, well, it kind of adds to the look of bulk in a good way." There's 3 people here. Who's in the chat? Thank you for being here. Welcome to the live chat. So we are, babe. Why does this seem like I can't read the comments? One watching. Send me a message, the one watching. Hey, what are you doing? Come on, what are you in there, combing hair? Yeah, this is kind of like last minute. Is my hair messy? No, you look beautiful. You know, it's funny, these young Filipinas, they're like, "Do I look okay?" You could just be like, not slept for 3 days, wake up, hair all crazy, and still look, oh, wow, there's GJ in the house. What's up, Gary? How's the sound and the picture quality? What's happening? Good morning, Bobby D from Edina, Minnesota. What's up, Gary? Check this out. Mom's going to be here. We sent her the link in her email. How do we get Mom to join in? Okay. If she clicked on it? If she received the link. All right, stick with us. I sent Mom a link to her email. Let's see if I get Mama Dukes on here. So she has to put Messenger on the computer, right? Yeah. Or, this is going to be fun. Doesn't it take you to Messenger when you click on the link from the email? She can open through email. What do you mean? She can open Messenger through email, right? If she's going to open the email. Here we go with the tech stuff, Gary. And then click the link, and then the link will take you to Messenger. All right. So I'm just telling Mom, just hang out. There's nobody knows, Gary, that we're going to do this live stream. Ron McDon. Hey, Mom. Yeah. Did you see the email with the link? No. You didn't see it? Right now, I don't see that. Right now, I'm on Messenger, and it says Robert and Brain active now. Mom says she's on Messenger, so you want to send the link to Messenger? Okay. Yes. We're going to send the link to Messenger. Just click on it when you see it. Okay. Because the email would only let me go to the end of June. There's nothing there for July, and I couldn't get it to go to July. Okay. It's hard to explain, but this never happened either, so I don't know what. I know I must have gotten some emails in July. Yeah. Ron McDon, what's up? He said, sup. All right, Mom, we're going to send it to you on Messenger, the link. When you see it show up on Messenger, just click on it. Okay. All right, bye. I'll call you back. So my mother has been invited to the live chat. This was like unannounced. And she's ready to have like a coronary cardiac arrest. I'm like, Mom, it's only going to be a couple people. We didn't advertise. So I was inviting Mom right now to see how this goes over. me see the questions for Gary. Now the keyboard is typing. Well, I tell you what. Mom said she don't need no help in her life. Yeah, okay. Bear with us for 1 minute. We're trying to get Mom on here. That's what happens when you do a live stream last minute. Sound and picture quality are great. That's good. So what's new, Gary? You got like 100 days. Gary's going to be here in the Philippines. Ron Mick, I'm the Don, is here. Sup? If she clicks on a link, it should open in a browser. Yeah. And then she could join, right? Gary, if we send her the link, it should take care of everything after that. See, Ron McDon, they finally got me on Instagram doing crazy-ish. They finally got me on. Oh, no, balut. Yeah, I did that. And TikTok, you ate the balut, bro? Holy cow, I got to check it out. Here we go. Unbelievable. Really? This is Isla. Come on, man. Technical difficulties. Tastes like a boiled egg. Yeah, but the thing is, if you eat that thing with the feathers, the little chick, it depends on how many weeks old that thing is, too. Ron McDon, did it have the chick inside there, or was it just like the yellow thing? If it's just got the yellow thing, it's like a hard-boiled egg. But if you got the chick in there with the beak and the head and all that other stuff, that's where it gets hectic. Yeah, so we only got thank you for the 3 people in here. I appreciate it. We got the 2 real Dons in here. We got Ron McDon and GJ Gary Johnson. 2 real OGs in here. And StreamYard, click share screen. If a list of tips appear, click the blue share screen button on the pop-up. Close Chrome. Oh my goodness, close Chrome. Check.
I already sent the link.
Okay. I think we got it. So Mom's just gonna pop up in here.
Just like yeah. Let's see.
My mom was gonna have a heart attack. Imagine if my mother died because of something I did. I'd be like, damn, there's only 2 people in the chat. You didn't need to stroke out or have a heart attack like that. So Gary, how many more days? It's like 100 and something. And Ron McDon, how's that tattoo doing? Is it healing up good? Did you put like a saran wrap on it? I know some tattoos they talk about certain you don't want to put Vaseline or certain petroleum products because it'll pull the ink out. There's like special. That dude looked. He was high end. He knows what he's doing. As soon as I looked it up on Reddit and everything, I started seeing his work, and then like Instagram stuff you sent me. That tattoo's cool. That's about the journey that we're on. Gary Johnson, 115 days, November 3rd. Man, I know you can't wait to get here. Philippines is cool. Ron McDon, the Don says, nah, it's healed, just putting healing ointment on it. He barely did anything. That's good. It didn't scab up or nothing. I've seen horrendous work with tattoos when I was on vacation in the big house. People were picking with staples, and they used to make a tattoo gun out of remember the old calculator that had that roll of the white tape for your receipt, and it would go. They use that in a guitar string because they have a band room, so they get a piece of the hollow guitar string, sharpen that up on the floor, and then somehow they offset that little motor that they would steal out of, I guess,
Oh, here.
one of the office. Hey, Mom. Wow, Mom's in the house. That's cool. Say something, Mom, so we
What
can't
am I
hear.
supposed
We
to say,
can't hear.
Robin? Hello,
I think we can't
everyone.
hear Mom.
Because I'm using this.
I can't help laughing. I don't like this picture. Help. What? I can't hear you.
How about now? Can you hear me now? Turn
Yes.
the all right. Turn the volume. You got volume on your computer. You could turn that up to make it louder. I think it's up top on the keyboard. It'll have a picture of a little speaker, like a round thing, on your keyboard.
Yeah, it's the top
Top
row.
row. All right. So pull your screen down a little bit. There you go. That's good. Right there. Perfect, Mom. So Gary Johnson, that's Patty, Gary Johnson, and Marcus is in here. The video that we put up for a little bit and took it down. He didn't like the angle on his what do you call it, debut video. I gotta bust Mark's chops.
Oh,
Oh, we're in the big house. I was in the big house for a year and a day in Florida, and it was hot. There was no AC. Gary Johnson, you ever been in the big house? Mom came to visit me when I was in the big house in Trenton, New Jersey. That was something.
why are you talking about that?
Criminal activity. It's all good, Mom.
It's not all good.
Mom, Marcus said hello.
Hello, Marcus.
Can you see the comments, Mom?
No, I can't.
Oh, Mom can't see the comments. All right, Marcus said hello.
Hello, Marcus.
Gary wants to hear my. They say I look like Ray Liotta, so I was playing the part in the movie. I had when fiction meets reality. So, what's the weather like in New Jersey, Mom?
It goes from all different kinds of weather. It goes hot, cool, rainy, humid, dry. We get
So
a day of sunshine, then we get a day of clouds.
what's up with all that smoke coming down from Canada? See, these guys, Gary Johnson knows about it, and Ron McDon is here in the Philippines. So Ron doesn't, he saw it on the news, but you guys still have a bunch of smoke going on?
No, but the news said that we might have contaminated water, PFAS or something like that. It's we're supposed to call our water company and see what we can do.
Chemical. How did they?
Chemical that you can't taste or see.
So wait a minute, that's been going on for years, though. What is it, like something new, a different chemical?
I thought it was something new. The way they were talking on the news, it was something new, but I don't think it is. That's why I have to talk to the water company.
Why? It was on the news, like local news, or
Yeah, like local news, Fox News.
holy shit, it was on Fox News.
At first, I thought it was, when they're putting out the fires, they use that chemical spray,
Yeah.
they spray stuff.
Yeah.
And I thought they were talking about that, but I'm not sure what this chemical is from. But I'm just assuming that it was all that smoke that we were getting. It's dropping down on us. It's getting into our water supply and on our crops. And
So wait a minute, is this in New Jersey where you live, or is this the whole state, or is it in your town over there?
I think they were talking about the whole country, like 50 states.
Wow. So Gary Johnson, do you know anything about the contaminated water in the United States, and is it being caused by all this soot in the atmosphere? How long were you? Gary Johnson wants to know. All right, back to the tattoo. Marcus is healing up good. Thank God. No infection. I was impressed. This guy does really good tattoo work, Mom. Marcus got a tattoo. You know the east, north, south, east, west, and it's like a circle and it's got the points coming out of it. And he's got like a forest down below. It's like he's on a journey. So he got a tattoo. And let's see. That was like a week ago, right, Marcus? And Gary Johnson wants to know, how long were you in the big house? A total of 2 years, once in New Jersey and once in Florida.
For some
I
stupid.
think listen, Gary Johnson said, did 5 months in a county jail back in 1995. One of the hottest summers on record. They had no air conditioning. What was the name of the county jail, Gary Johnson?
Oh my God.
He's got a, what the heck is that? What's that emoji? It looks like a piece of ham with a bone in it. That's not a good sign if we're talking about county jails and a big house. Oh, he's going through the divorce and had misunderstanding with the wife. You know how that is, Mom. You're fighting over belongings in a house, and then you're in court and haggling with this and that, and then the wife is, oh, he shoved me, or I felt like I was threatened. You saw it with Johnny Depp.
I never want to have to go through that ever again in my life.
Yeah.
Not at my age.
Johnny Depp, I got caught up in that. Like the OJ thing, I really didn't care about that. But Johnny, why do you keep wiggling around? Let me put my arm out.
You mean you could hear what I'm saying right now?
Yeah, Mom, everybody can hear you.
Oh.
Gary Johnson can hear you. Marcus can hear you. Guess who's here, Mom? Melvin.
Oh.
New York Magic players here.
Oh.
Melvin, say hello to Melvin, Mom.
Hello, Melvin.
Melvin's from.
I read your comments.
Yeah. Melvin comments a lot. He's the #1 fan. So Gary is in a Monroe County Jail, Sparta, Wisconsin. Wow, that's out there.
My God.
Sparta. We got a Sparta, New Jersey. There's a Sparta everywhere.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the divorce is no fun. Magic Player says, say hello to Mom, Magic Player. That's my mother. So you know who that is, our special guest.
The superstar.
Who else would I be? Your grandmother? I might be your grandmother.
Could be anybody. Mom, it could be my aunt. Could be a school teacher. It could be anybody. People don't know. How would they know? They're not a long time ago. Yeah, Gary, we all go through it. Fighting with the divorce and that's just a bad thing. And what do they say? That's what I like about the Philippine culture. There's no really word. Is there a word for divorce in your language, Cebuana? Is there an actual word? There's no word for divorce in Isla's language, and an annulment costs a lot of money. Most Filipinas can't get a divorce. And if you do get a divorce, you have to claim that your husband or significant other has mentally unstable, like your life is in danger and you just can't share the same residence. So it's not like in the United States.
Turtleneck.
So marriage is kind of like disposable in the United States.
Oh my God.
80, Gary, what's this? Anybody notice statistics on the rate of divorce in the United States? I know it's high, which is, everybody says, oh, it won't happen to me, but
it might be 50%.
Mom, it's higher than that.
It is?
Yeah, I think it's more like 75 I think it's like 75.
Well, the movie stars, they only seem to be married for most of them for 2 years, and then they find somebody else.
When I started dating Isla, I said, Mom, how do you feel about your one and only son dating a woman old enough to be my daughter. And mom said, well, look at the people in Hollywood. And mom said, do you want to drive an old rust bucket, or do you want the new car smell? Talking about Isla. I thought that was funny. So you were pointing out that the rich and famous people, the movie stars, they always have younger wives.
Yeah, well, they can afford it, I guess.
Yeah, that usually keeps the women around. The money helps for sure. Is it all about the money, honey?
Honey, no money.
No
Well,
money, no money, no honey. My
well,
goodness.
Paul Newman stayed married, I think.
Yeah, he did. For how many years, Mom?
I don't ever think he was married to anybody else.
So Ron McDonald said, my buddy Marcus said, it's high. It's just not recorded, so we never know. It's got to be recorded somewhere. That's isn't that state? Wow, there's people on the roof. Look at this guy over here. I should make a video and show you this. There's people on the roof next door, Mom. One day I was waving at them and they all started waving back. I was like, wow, that's pretty creepy. All right, let's back to questions. I saw that, Gary. That was that restraining order. Just go ahead and say it. We're all friends here. I guess Gary had the old infamous restraining order. Oh, he came within 500 feet or he showed up on the job. That's the thing. When you're going through a divorce and you're trying to settle who gets what, how are you supposed to do all this when the wife makes up some crazy allegations that you said something or you threatened her or,
I'm not into any of that stuff.
Yeah, but it happens, Mom. It's crazy. I found that trial with Johnny Depp. That was pretty interesting.
I watched part of it.
She was out for the money. She was out for the money. I'm
Well,
not saying
who won that? Was it a draw?
no. Johnny Depp won, and now I
Oh,
think he's reverse suing her, and
oh,
he's gonna win. Reverse suing. I don't know if that's a thing, but yeah, he put a case on her that she's trying to ruin his career. First, it was he was trying to ruin her career and he was violent, all this other stuff. Johnny Depp's got his problems. He likes to party a lot, and there's a lot of drugs and alcohol going on. And she knew that from the beginning. I think Elon Musk used to date that same person.
I heard that.
And I think Elon said she was a little bit crazy. Gary, what happened? You took some messages back. I saw the one something about it. I've had restraining orders put.
You have?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
somebody wanted to get high. They had a drug problem, so they figured the best way to get rid of me, so I couldn't complain they were doing drugs, was to put a restraining order on me. Finally, the cops figured it out because the person that put the restraining order on me, I lived about 20 miles away from this person. They were on my property, and the guy that owned the property said, look, I'm going to do you a favor. And I'm like, what do you mean? Next thing you know, there was like 100 police officers there. And they told this person, you can't have it both ways. If you have a restraining order on Robert, why are you at his house? And they're like, what's going on? And I didn't want to tell on her, like, she wants to keep me away from the house because she's getting high and doing drugs. So I left that whole part out, but that's what it was about. New York Magic player says, hello, Mom. Ron McDonald said it's
Hello,
high.
hello, Ron. Hello, New York Magic.
That's the basketball team. Separated. Nah, it costs too much.
No.
They just leave it
the
as it is.
the word for divorce here is like buwag, like separated.
Say it.
Buwag.
Oh, that's what Ron's saying.
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
How do you spell that? Say it loud.
Buwag.
That's how you spell the word divorce. And it's Ron McDonald said it's separated.
Yeah.
So there really is no such thing as a divorce, Mom. It's just you're separated. And another thing is, if you see your wife or significant other with a person, or you know they're sleeping together, you could call the police on them. And the police will go there. Say I'm a guy and I'm messing around with a married woman, and that the husband of her husband can call the police on me, and the cops will go to that house and arrest me. They'll take me out of there in handcuffs. Isn't that pretty crazy?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Well, in the United States, if your wife is cheating on you, what are you going to do? Load the guns, kill her, go to prison forever, or whatever, cut her brake lines, or just tell her you want a divorce. Usually it's drama and it's a battle and it's usually nasty. I haven't seen too many divorces, go amicably. Amicably, I can't say that word. Hardly ever. But I don't know. The Philippine culture is. Gary Johnson was over here. Marcus lives here, Mom. He lives by a town called Makati, Manila, over in that area.
Oh.
So eventually, I got to do Isla's visa, so we're going to wind up move into that area eventually. Gary Johnson said, I have not heard about the contaminated water issue. Gary hasn't heard about that, Mom.
Oh. Yeah, it's supposed to be in 50 states.
50 states, that's not good. Ask how Kevin Costner's. What's up with Mom? You heard that Kevin Costner is going through a divorce?
I heard that, but I don't know anything about it. I saw a picture of his wife. She has long, dark hair.
Is she younger?
It looks like she's younger. Yes, I would say so. I don't know anything about that.
What is Gary saying? It was
Up.
What happened? The
It
light?
blacked out.
I can still see you. Just touch somewheres on the screen with the mouse.
Oh, okay.
It lit back up. That's like the timeout. The screen stays lit for a certain amount of time.
Oh.
Then you just got to move the mouse around a little bit. So thank you for the 11 people in here. There's a lot of quiet people. We got Melvin, Gary, and Ron. For the rest of the people, this is my mother, Mama Duke. She's back in New Jersey, so I figured I'd invite her in a live stream. Now it's starting to pick up a little bit, Mom. There's 11 people in here. Everybody say hello to Mom. I was a mama's boy growing up, really close to my mom. Raised me from the age of 5.
I raised you from the age of 5.
Yeah, well, you got a divorce from my dad at the age of 5.
Yeah, it was. Well, you were 5, right before you went to school.
Well, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
So Ramey is here. What's up, Ray? How's it going, Nixie? Nix, I sent you a message earlier. You want to join in on a live stream with Auntie Patty? Maybe I could send Nix link. Marcus, Gary, Melvin, if you want to join in on a live stream, just let me know and I'll send you the link. We could have like a YouTube orgy.
A Zoom meeting.
Zoom meeting. That stock went up a lot. My goodness, the Zoom stock went to like 500 a share because nobody was using Zoom, and then all of a sudden it was work from home.
Yeah.
Not a court system in the United States; it's all through Zoom, and the federal government uses Zoom. For military uses it. Wow, they were at Mom. Kevin Costner. He's court ordered to pay $130,000 a month child support. Remember, I don't want to say her name, my ex-girlfriend in New Jersey. Gary, I know a similar situation. My ex-girlfriend came and found me, and she wanted me to raise her 2 kids. And she said, don't worry, you don't have to work. just stay home. And I'm like, why? She said, Rick has to pay me $22,000 a month, which is crazy. So 22,000 times 10 is 220. Figure like 240. We'll just say $250,000 a year child support. That's crazy. But he was making like $1 million a year. Then he purposely lost all his jobs, Mom, so he didn't have to pay the child support. And the judge didn't want to hear it. The judge said, "I don't care if you got to get 10 jobs because you're going to continue to keep these kids in private school and everything. Piano lessons, the whole 9 yards." It's crazy. Whoever just sent that heart, thank you. Thank you for the 13 people, Mom. It's going up. It's going out. It's 13. So Kevin Costner, he's got to pay $130,000 a month in child support. How many kids does he have, Garrett? And they've been married for 19 years, Mom. That's a long time.
Yeah, for Hollywood, yeah.
For sure. Kevin Costner. That's that Water World. I remember that movie was pretty. It was a bomb. They spent so much money making that movie, and it did hardly made anything in the box office. So Ray LeBarn said, "I'm watching here. Nix is sleepy because she's tired yesterday." Isla, you're funny. Melvin, see, you're funny. Ray Melvin said hello. So Kevin Costner has 3 kids, Mom.
Mm-hmm.
Boys or girls, Gare? What's the newest movie you've watched lately, Gary? Mom, have you seen any good movies lately?
See a lot of old movies. I like that movie Green Book
Oh
with
yeah.
Viggo Mortensen and
Yeah,
that
yeah.
black fellow Ali. Can't pronounce his last name.
Is he from Africa? Because he's got that type of name.
He probably is. I don't know anything about him.
When you said Green Book, I thought about Green Mile. I've never watched that movie, The Green Mile.
That's a good movie.
Yeah, and we got to watch that movie now. Get a Green Mile. I watched some of it the other day, and I need to watch it again. Let's see. All right, so Gary Johnson said 3 boys, I think. So let's get Costner's got his hands full. I've been watching. Gary said I've been watching Casablanca. You remember that movie, right, Mom? Casablanca.
Yes, but I haven't seen it in many years.
Who is that guy? Is that Rock Hudson? Was in that
I
or
don't know
something?
who was in that.
Wasn't there a staircase or some famous saying in front of that staircase? Casablanca. That's ringing a bell. I got so
Maybe
many.
that's why they took the name Casablanca Fan Company. Do you know they went out of business after all those fans we bought from them?
Oh, no. They were in business for a long time, right?
I think so. Their fans were very expensive.
So, how do you? There's got to be a place where you can get parts or aftermarket parts. There's a lot of companies like Weber Grill. Look at Weber. Weber was on the New York City stock market. Weber's huge. It's in every country in the United States, and the stock was like $8 a share, and they were going under. They were looking for somebody to bail them out. They were losing money like crazy. During the pandemic, they sold a lot of grills and were doing good. But then think about after the pandemic. Who's going to buy a grill after that? Everybody bought a grill, so then their earnings just tanked after that.
Hmm.
Everybody that was going to buy a grill when they were laid off or they were staying at home. Thank you for the 9 people in here. Drop a question. What's new with everybody out there? What's the weather like where you're at? What's the plans for the future coming to the Philippines? Do you have a girlfriend, significant other, fiance in the Philippines? Um, I'm all over the place right now, Mom.
I noticed.
Bobby, I think this is the beginning. Gary Johnson said, Bobby, I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship. Hmm.
Hmm.
Round up the usual round up the usual suspects. Hmm. Humphrey Bogart and Ingrid Bergman, Mom. Does that ring a bell?
Well, yes, but they're a little bit before my time when I was very young.
Oh. So Mom is not in that slot right there. Gary's not in that slot either. Gary's younger. Gary looks good for his age, Mom. He's a handsome man. Not that I'm into guys, but when I see a handsome guy, I point it out. Even to Isla, I'll be like, "Wow, look at that guy." The Boo Bear. Let's see.
Well, sorry.
All right, there's 11. There's 11 people. Want to do it tomorrow? I tell you what, Alex. Why don't we just jump on here for a couple minutes, Mom?
No, we just
What?
He just woke up. Alex, you remember living abroad? Remember we interviewed a vlogger from Cebu IT Park?
What was his name?
Alex, you remember, you watched the video. We went to his condominium. I was in the van. Darrell drove us over here. That was the day that I was in traffic in the two-wheel wheelchair. When I left Alex's place, I went down the road in a wheelchair. And you said it was scary because I was in the road. That's
Oh, yeah.
Alex.
Oh, okay.
It's been a while. It's been a while. You might have forgot. Hey, buddy, it's 9 a.m. here. Woke up late. 9 a.m. Oh, so there's a time difference. I think my buddy Alex right now is in Vietnam. He's in Vietnam, Mom. Want to do it tomorrow at 9. Yeah, all right, Alex. That's cool. We could do it tomorrow at 9.
Ooh,
Thank you. That's
great.
Alex. It's my mom from New Jersey is on here. Say hello.
That
Alex is
light just got bright. Oh my gosh. What if I
oh,
should shut that light off? See that?
no, you can't see your face and you look kind of creepy. When that light's on, you look good, Mom.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. Everybody tell Mom how pretty she is. She looks good.
Please. I'm so don't say that, Robert. It's
Oh, good.
embarrassing.
All right, so we'll do it tomorrow we're on for tomorrow. Wow, we got Howard Berry in here. Hi, Bobby. I'm from New Jersey. Wow, there's a guy from New Jersey in here, Mom. His
Oh,
name,
we're what part of New Jersey?
he's living in Dumagetti, Dramagetti. I don't know. I like Dumagetti. Dumagetti's cool. There's just a lot of expats. You got to be careful because there's a little bit of drama going on. That's what happens when you drink a little bit too much alcohol, and you
I
know how
thought you I thought you lived close to Dumagetti.
we do. We live how many hours?
Like maybe 9
Speak up.
hours. 9 hours.
About 9 hour drive, Mom. You got to catch a ferry.
Hour.
It was a long trip,
Wow.
but recently, I don't know.
Mercy.
If
I
you,
don't know, maybe 6 more.
all right, more like 6, Mom. So I was a little bit all over the
I don't know.
place.
I was for some reason I was thinking it was like a half hour away or something.
No, it's not. I wish it was closer like that. Dumaghetti's a nice place. See, the thing is, if you
18.
watch the news like CNN or like news, if you get caught up in the news, your life will be screwed up. It's the same thing with YouTube. People are vlogging about, I don't know, there was a couple fights over there and people were getting arrested and just different things going on. The majority of the people, the expats in Dumagetti are okay. You just got to watch out who you hang out with. Alex, I'm looking forward to it tomorrow, 9 a.m. I'll be ready. And thank you, Alex. Mom, Alex has a lot of subs. When I met him, how many was it? 10,000?
Yeah.
I think Alex had 10,000 subs. Now he's pushing 100,000. Pretty soon he'll be over.
Wow.
That's good,
You
huh?
must have a lot of things to say.
Yeah,
And you.
he's a good talker like me. He can out talk me. Look, when he has to do a short, you only have a certain amount of time. Wow, Barry Press is here. One of my favorite subs. Barry Press said, "Hi, Bobby and the Angels from Panorama City, California." Mom, have you ever heard of Panorama City, California? Does it ring a bell?
I
Panorama
think
City,
so.
California.
I think so.
Barry's one of our original subscribers. Hi, Barry. How's it doing? I'm feeling better. Thank you for sending that message the other day. Put a smile on my face.
Oh, that's sweet. Thank you.
So, Barry, that's my mother. She's in New Jersey right now. Say hello to Barry, Mom.
Hi, Barry.
All right. So, all right. Humphrey Bogart was born in 1899. Wow, that's a while ago.
Wow.
That movie came out in 1943. We're talking about Casablanca.
Oh, that movie came out before I was born.
Howard Berry. He looks familiar. Hey, Bobby, I'm from New Jersey. What part of New Jersey? Mom,
Yeah.
Howard Berry's from Roxbury, New Jersey, Morris County. Do you know where
Uh,
that's at?
I've heard of that. Yes.
Yeah, we're not too familiar with Morris County. Where's Morris County by? Name some of the places in Morris County.
I don't know.
Yeah, we're more like Union County. And what's the other counties we know?
Warren County, where I live.
Warren, Union, Essex. What else? There's like two other ones. There's a lot of counties in New Jersey.
Oh, many, many, many.
Jim Richards is here. All right. That's my buddy, Mom. Jim Richards is here. Now we got 14 in the chat. Thank you for everybody that showed up today. Last minute notice. I appreciate it. I'm still breathing. Like Arnold said, I'll be back. Mom, Arnold has a show on Netflix. You guys don't get Netflix. I should send you my password and username so you could watch this. It's kind of like a documentary where Arnold grew up, and Arnold Schwarzenegger had a brother, Mom. Did you know
Yeah,
that?
I do remember that. Yes.
And his brother died in a DUI car crash.
Oh,
Arnold said his brother was under a lot of stress and didn't seem like he fit in with the people around him, so he used to drink a lot, and he wound up having a fatal car accident while he was drinking, which is sad.
did I send you that book about Arnold? His book? Didn't I send that to you?
I read it. You bought me that book, and I read it. It's in the basement.
Oh,
All right, so Alex, Aleko, I call him Aleko. We'll do it tomorrow at 9. I'll be talking to you in a little bit. Alex is in Vietnam right now. Mom, he's traveled to. Alex, how many different countries have you been to? Alex is going to be like a world traveler. He's got about 19 countries under his belt, Mom.
wow.
And he's Canadian, he's from Canada.
Okay.
So, what's new in New Jersey, Mom? What's going on over there? Gary Johnson said, "Mom, you look great." Gary Johnson gave you a
Thank
compliment.
you. Thank you. Well, I can't go anywhere. I'm waiting for my passport.
Hmm. Did you renew it?
Yeah, I renewed it, but it had
Uh-oh. What happened to mom. Mom got cut off. That's terrible. How are we going to fix this?
She can like send me the link again.
Yeah, send her the link and send her a message. Say, Mom, you got cut off. We're going to resend the link. All right, back to somebody got mad because I wasn't. So we got Jim Richards. What's up, JR? Jim Richards said, Hi, Mom. What is Bobby up to now? More mischief? Yeah, right. You know what Mom said earlier before? This was like a last minute thing. I said, Mom, you're going to be on a live stream. And I started thinking, maybe I shouldn't have said that because she's like, we're on television. I was like, Mom, it's not television. I said, we didn't put out an announcement or an advertisement. I said, there's probably only going to be like 5 or 6 people in there. She's like, no, it's television. Imagine if Mom had cardiac arrest or a stroke and it was my fault because Mom's got like a little bit of anxiety. Oh my God. I could just imagine explaining that. Well, what was your mother doing right before this happened to her? Well, I called her and got her all worked up about a live stream on YouTube and she like fell out on me. What's up, Jim Richards? What's new, man? What's going on? What's new, Barry Press, too? Let's see. Barry said, born in Brooklyn, New York, and moved to California. I knew it, Barry. I knew you were a local. Remember that song, I'm a Native New Yorker? That's an old school song. There's a lot of character in Brooklyn. Brooklyn, the Bronx, Queens, Manhattan, Sayata, all them. That's back in who was the guy? The poultry guy. What was that mayor's name? He had a bald head. Purdue. Why do I keep thinking Purdue? Koch. Remember Koch? Mayor of New York, Koch. That was back in the day. Koch. I don't know why his name is. Maybe he was what do you call it? What's the word I'm looking for? What kind of mayor was Ed Koch? I miss all those people. All our people are passing away from back when we were growing up. Gary, Barry, Howard, we're all in that same boat. It's crazy to see, the people we grew up with. Madonna, not that I'm really into Madonna, but like think about Madonna's songs that we grew up with. I really didn't see a whole bunch about it. I'm not into like media gossip, but I came across an article. It wasn't in mainstream media. What do you call it? Madonna wound up in a hospital for a fentanyl overdose. That's crazy. Then somebody said there's some Narcan. There's some kind of shot or nose spray that they administer when you're having an opioid overdose, and they wound up giving that to her at the hospital. But they also said, so they're grasping at straws. They really don't know the truth, which is really sucks when you're a movie star or somebody that's famous or in the spotlight. They're like, oh, look, she's strung out on fentanyl, and they add to the story. They said, which I didn't know, that Narcan or Narcon, whatever it is, can be used if you have a really bad infection and you have an overactive immune system. You can be given Narcan to counteract your immune system from attacking itself. If that makes any sense. I didn't know that either. What are you over there smiling about? JR, I think Isla's being mischievous. We're going to tell Isla's story. Isla could tell you some stories about her growing up and what happened and different places they moved to and what mom had to go through. Dad wasn't around for how many years? It was a while, right?
Yeah.
I'm not going to say why. Use your imagination.
2, 3, 4.
I think it's like 6 years, right?
I don't know, 3 maybe. It's great.
So Isla's dad wasn't around for about 4 years, I would say.
5, I think.
About 5 years. Isla's dad was on vacation, if you know what I meant. It's a long story. My father-in-law, Richie, is a good guy. That's all I can say. So, Alex, if you're still in the live stream, how is the adventure going over there in Vietnam? And you know what? I'm not even in my hand shaking. It's too much coffee. Thank you for the 9 people in the chat. Buddy of mine, Alex, check out his channel. I know we only have 9 people in chat, but I thank each and every one of you for being here. It makes my day. So we have a special guest that's in the chat here. Alex, living abroad. Pretty sure most of you guys, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe to his channel because he's pushing 100,000. He's so close. That's got to be a good feeling. That's a milestone right there, 100,000.
Yeah.
Roxbury, New Jersey, Morris County. Yeah, we don't, Howard Berry, we don't know too much about Roxbury. What is Roxbury famous for? There's something big in that town that's famous like worldwide. Jersey's always famous for something. We got a lot of famous people that came out of the state of New Jersey. Poor Whitney Houston. My dad lives in Westfield, New Jersey. What's up, Pops? And he was telling me that there's a full-time armed guard guarding her gravesite because I guess she was buried with a lot of expensive jewelry, or they just have fans that are obsessed. There's fans out there that are obsessed that would clean her up and put her in the bed and cuckoo, use your imagination after that. But there's people out there like that that'll have sex with a corpse. There's a name for that. Imagine having sex with a dead person. There was a guy from a couple towns over that got caught doing that. And when I confronted him, he said she was a cheerleader and never, her family owned the funeral home. And that's how it started. They caught him. He's having sex on a stainless steel table in the freezer. She was cold. Man, I couldn't even imagine. It's from sitting up. So if you guys look at the thumbnail, that's my mom back in the day in the middle picture. Check out Mom. Mom looked like a movie star. She still does. Mom's my movie star. Wow, did y'all hear that? There's people upstairs. They had it with us. They're dropping.
The clackers?
Yeah, maybe it was a clacker. Gary, you're right. Them freaking clacker things, that clack, 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 them things are everywhere. So Barry was born in Brooklyn and moved to California. That's a big change right there. Yeah, Brooklyn changed a lot. You know that, Barry. That's probably when Barry got out of Brooklyn when it changed. And who else was talking about that? There was a couple people talking about all this new money came in and they ruined. Yeah, it was Brooklyn. That was who was that? Electric Charlie. What's his name? Brooklyn Charlie.
Charlie.
Brooklyn Charlie.
Charlie.
Brooklyn Charlie. You remember our son? One of our good stuff. How about this? I go to put the cup to my lip and I put it on top of my lip instead of.
What is this?
We were up all night. Yeah, I was telling Isla, get me the cigarettes because I need a prop. I need to puff out my chest because the chest sunk, stomach sticking out. I lost a lot of weight, which I needed to.
Give me
Give me that coffee. Filipinos get angry when they don't eat. I've never seen a culture get so angry if they don't have their food. I think what it is because rice is basically a simple sugar and they eat rice 3 to 6 times a day, 7 days a week. So you're constantly getting that sugar rush.
Sopranos.
Rice is nothing but sugar when it breaks down in your body. So it's like a sugar high. And I think what happens is Filipinos, when they don't get, and sugar is a drug, when they don't get their fix with the rice, their blood sugar is all over the place. So I think that's what causes it.
It causes like you feel like panicking.
Panicking?
Yeah, you don't know what to do.
Yeah, your thinking is all over the place and everything, right? Feel kind of shaky. That's what it is. I was trying to figure out what causes that because I noticed it in. I've been around the block a little bit too many times. I've had a couple Filipino girlfriends, and a couple of them used to get. I mean, like Isla's not too bad, but Marilyn, if you're out there watching, she used to get mean. Babe, she said some horrible shit to me a couple times. Time she was telling me to get out of the car and walk home. Then she turned around and she went and got something to eat, turned around and came back and got me. And she was like, she had this big ass thing of rice. I was like, wow. And I remember when people used to die at the hospital, she was in charge of 4 West, there's Kuakini Medical Center, and then she worked at 1 East, Straub Hospital. She had a good job. When I met her, she was a librarian, Camp Smith Library. It was a Marine Corps base on the top of this mountain. And then I said, well, look, you're smart. She went to Sacred Hearts. It was a high school, Sacred Hearts Academy. So she went through private school. Somebody paid for her schooling. And I said, why, you're so smart. You should get educated. And I helped her and we got her through, let's see, it was CNA school, certified nurses assistant, and then LPN, licensed practical nurse, then RN. And then when we broke up, she moved to California and became a nurse practitioner and started her own practice that specialized in internal medicine, which was great. And I had talked to her years later. We lost contact. She had like 3 kids, but she said her husband was an abuser and he was digging around on her Facebook account and found out that she had sent me some messages and he wound up beating her up. So I felt bad. I said, all right, that's it. We got to cut ties. And I said, maybe you should get help from this. I know you got 3 kids with this guy, but I said, that's terrible. The white, the husband, it's just not a good.
Howard said both Sopranos film a lot around Roxbury.
Ah, there you go. And that's, what's the other county up there? Is that Hudson County? Not Hudson. That's over there by Jersey City. Bergen County. I know Bergen County. Yeah, Roxbury. I'm all over the place. Jim Richards, Mom. Here's Girls Galore. Very enjoyable place for men. Check out Jim Richards. Alex keeps popping up on it though. Mm-hmm. Mom, Bobby has a tough time living in the Philippines. Half-clad women tending to him all day, all night long. Has no shame. That's right. There's no shame in my game, JR.
No shame.
Sopranos filmed around. Yeah, Sopranos is a cool TV show. Sopranos. That's one show that you haven't watched with me.
Yeah.
Trying to get Isla into all the famous shows, all the stuff that she hasn't seen. It's amazing to see. Avatar. See, we got to go back to the classics. And Predator with Arnold and the Terminator, just all this. There's so many movies. There's thousands of them. We got to work our way through that. What's up, DL? On the DL, Dane Lionheart. Howard Berry said Filipinos say blue is good for you, but I think it smells like shit. No doubt, bro. That's the part with the feathers and the head and it's crunching the skull. I blew chips. I was at a party in Iea, by the Iea Stadium on the island of Oahu. Hey, Mom, you're back.
I didn't see. I had to scroll down, and it said "Enter Studio."
Oh.
Those words
Mom's
were
back.
took me this long to figure it out.
That's good. At least you made it back.
Yes.
How many people? We got 9 people in the chat. It goes up and down. But, Mom, listen, Roxbury, they filmed a lot of episodes of The Sopranos up there.
Oh,
Did you watch the whole series of The Sopranos, Mom?
I didn't start watching it until it was like half done.
Okay, and Howard Berry said it's in between Warren County and Essex County. Roxbury. What's all that noise in the background? Somebody got the TV on loud over there?
Yes, it's a bedroom.
All right. Might want to close the door.
Okay, I'll close the door.
Somebody, we're not saying names, somebody has a hearing aid, but I don't even want to say anything. Refuses to wear it, so everybody in the house has to suffer, which is not good. My poor mother.
Please remember.
All right,
I'm here.
I'm glad you're back. All right, let's see. Mom, Bobby has a tough time living in the Philippines. Half-clad women tending to him all day and all night long. He has no shame. Do you believe that, Mom? I have no shame in my game. And then Jim
Bobby's
Richards
very
says,
lucky.
Mom, there's girls galore. Very enjoyable place for men. Yeah, Philip. Yeah. If you're an American, this is terrible. I'm going to say it, Mom. Poverty. Somebody said this, and I kind of agreed with them. Poverty is an aphrodisiac. That's terrible. That's a terrible statement. Because of the minimum wage, they just raised the minimum wage. How much did they raise it to? Wait till you hear this, Mom. What's the minimum thing? You know.
1 moment. I don't know what that means. If you like, I can search the web for. I'm here. I'm glad you're back all right.
God.
Let's see. Mom Bobby has a tough time living in the Philippines. Half-clad women tending to him all day. And all night long he has no shame. Do you believe that, Mom? I have no
Turn it off. Mom, that's Siri.
Who was that?
That's Siri, that thing you talk to.
Oh, she popped in?
Yeah. So Dane Lionheart's here too. So The Sopranos filmed a lot around Roxbury. Jim Richards is funny, Mom. He likes busting my balls, busting my chops all the time. And Dane Lionheart. Susan was asking about Dane Lionheart. Who is this guy? Susan Matrika, my cousin. So Dane Lionheart said, hey, sorry I'm late, but I'm here. Well, Dane, we didn't advertise. I had Mom come into the live stream, and Mom, how much notice did I give you?
About an hour.
So don't feel bad, Dane. Let's see. What did I miss? Dane Lionheart said, what did I miss? Start all over so I don't miss out. Laughing my ass off. Mark's here. Wow. How do you say Mark's last name?
Menanga.
How you doing, Mark? Menenga? I always get Mark's name twisted. I'm bad with spelling. Remember that, Mom? I couldn't spell to save my life.
Oh, yes,
Now,
I remember that.
you know, struggling with that in school, and I couldn't spell to save my
I couldn't
life.
understand it. Why?
Yeah.
You remembered how to spell the word the night before, and then the next day you didn't remember.
Blank. All right, let's see what else here. Mark. Mark, do you know who that is on the screen? That's Mama Dukes up there on the screen in New Jersey. Say hello to Mom, Mark. Howard Berry said, I miss the 1990s New Jersey. Yeah. Things were different in the 80s, right, Mom?
Yeah, it's always different every
Yeah,
10
a
years.
lot different though. I don't think this pandemic thing, I don't think they could have did it. Like in New Jersey, I don't think they could have made people stay home and make you get vaccinated and lock you in their house and just like I don't think it would have went over too good. I think there would have been more riots and pushback. That's the word I'm looking for. There would have been a whole lot more pushback. And the government, everything. I was talking about Koch. Remember the mayor from New York, Koch, Ed Koch?
Yes,
Didn't he have something to do with chickens? He owned a chicken farm or something?
I
Or am I
do.
getting him mixed up with the Purdue guy? Remember the guy Purdue that used to do his
Yes,
own commercials?
yes.
I'm so glad that we're from New Jersey. There's just something about it. What do you think about New Jersey, Mom?
Well, I'm from here, and I can't imagine being from anywhere else.
There you go. There's just something about New Jersey that you can't. It's hard to explain. But I think it's the best place. They say it's Cancer Alley, and there is pollution, but it's the Garden State. There's no other place. I traveled around a little bit, Mom. Not like Alex is like a world traveler. I was traveling around the United States a little bit, and out of all the states I've been to and lived in, there's really no place like New Jersey. New Jersey is like a one of a kind place. And the people, it's such like a melting pot. You got all kinds of people in New Jersey. Same thing with New York. I think it's changed a lot since you were younger, Mom. What do you
No, of
think?
course it's changed a lot.
What's the biggest change you've noticed in New Jersey since you were younger?
The rich get richer and the poor get poorer.
So you think there's more of a separation between the middle class and the ultra rich, and then the poor and the middle class, there's more of a divide, or there's more of a gap? You think that's the case?
Well, you have to learn how to control your money, because if you don't control it, you're not going to have it.
Yeah, but I'm saying the question was, what have you noticed in New Jersey that has changed the most since you were younger? And you were talking about the money thing and people. All right, so let's see.
Well, I think I believe there's more crime. Maybe it just gets reported more. I don't know. It just seems that there's more evil out there.
Hmm.
You have to be really careful.
Yeah, there's a lot of nonsense going on with. You want to hear something crazy? Where Gary Johnson lives? Gary, if you're still in the live stream, how far is that monument? Remember that Floyd? What was his first name? The guy that they were kneeling on his chest. The black guy that was murdered by the police officer. Where Gary lives, there's a big iron fist, Mom, and it's Black Lives Matter, like the movement. That's like the epicenter of where the Black Lives movement and where it all started. And it's in Edina, Minnesota, all places. It's out in the middle of nowhere, which is pretty crazy. What time is it? Yeah, I'm going to stay on for about another 10 minutes, Mom, because I'm fading. We got 10 people in the chat. Thank you for being here. If you guys just joined the chat, it's Patty, my mother from New Jersey. I love my mom to death. I'm a mama's boy. I always have been and I always will be. Say hello to everybody, Mom.
Hello, everybody. Glad you could make it.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm on here, and hopefully next week, tomorrow, there's going to be a live stream going on with Living Abroad, Alex and me. That's going to be cool. I get to go on his channel. Subscribe to his channel because he's pushing 100,000 subs. Jim Richards said, "Mom, there's girls galore." Jim Richards is a piece of work, Mom. I can't take JR anywheres, Mom. Mom, there's girls galore. Very enjoyable place for men. You already said that. Or no, you know what it is. I'm repeating the same questions. I sound like Jake. Mom's got a parrot named Jake. Tell everybody about the parrot, Jake.
Well, he's your parrot, so he just lives with us.
He attacked me a couple times. Remember when he was hanging off of my back? He bit into my back.
I'll never forget it.
And he chased me up the stairs, one step at a time. He's a blue-fronted Amazon, Mom?
Yes.
He's a piece of work. He's not scared of anything.
Thank goodness you got me all those magazines and that book, a couple of books you bought me.
Yeah.
I read all those books so that I know about those parrots.
Mm-hmm. Jim Richards, Miss Nix working on her channel. I got to send you Mrs. Nix. Did you see the one with Dad picking the fruit? I sent that to you, right?
Yes, I saw it. Yes.
Right. There's a new video that just came out, and it's a flower garden up in the mountains. It's a really nice video. I'll send it to you, Mom. So tomorrow, when you wake up, you can check it out.
I love watching those videos.
It's flowers, Mom, as far as you could see. Nice flowers. So Gary Johnson said, or it's George Floyd, 38 in Chicago. It's about 8 miles from here, or 13-minute drive. So let's see. Gary Johnson said the monument is about 8 miles from where he lives, or 13-minute drive. Minneapolis. That's so funny.
Jim said the whole day last time you started a huge fire by Bobby's place.
Yeah, they're always cracking on Dane about smoking pot. There's nothing wrong with smoking pot. Ladies and gentlemen, I used to smoke a little pot to go to sleep. And pain management, because those pills are no good for you. You wind up getting addicted. All kinds of crazy stuff. There's nothing wrong with some pot. Jim Richards, Miss Nick's working hard on her channel. Dane Lionheart, yes, Jim. I left her a comment about me growing angel trumpets. Remember them big flowers, Mom? Angel trumpets?
Yes, yes.
They're like this long, and they come out of the thing about this big around, and then they get bigger, and then the end is, let's see, I gotta go this way. End is like curled around. It almost looks like a trumpet.
Yes.
Boy, I never forget it. I made tea out of that stuff. I don't know, it was weird. I slept good when I drank the tea, but Denise had a problem with it. I told her, don't drink that tea. And you know, Denise had freckles. she circled every single freckle on her arm and her leg. She had shorts on, and she was whispering. She said, "I'm infested with parasites. We have to go to the we have to go to the hospital." I'm infested. And I was like, "Oh my God." Her eyes look crazy. And I was like, "You didn't drink that tea, did you?" She's like, "What tea?" And I looked in the refrigerator. The kids weren't home for the weekend. Mom, she only drank a little bit for some reason. I guess her tolerance was low. And then she said she could fly.
Oh gosh.
Jumped that house next door. Oh, I never forget it. She would have broke her neck if I didn't catch her. She was on the top landing, picked up an invisible phone, and was talking to Jimmy, her boss. And then she hung up the phone. And I'm like, "Don't move, don't move." And she said, "I can fly." Mom, she jumped, like just pushed off and jumped. And I caught her, and the momentum sent me into the wall behind me. Poor Michael had just re-drywalled all that in there, and he showed up the Monday morning, and he's like, "What's this big?" I would have fixed it over the weekend, but I didn't have the right. I think the screw gun wasn't there or something. I can't remember the whole story, but I remember her yelling, "I could fly," and it was because of that angel trumpet too. Stuff growing in your backyard, you never know. Like morning glories. There you go. Mom's got the mood lighting. Look at this. All right, you got the mood lighting going on there. Okay. Remember you were telling me about a lady, Mom, that was on like Facebook or some dating site, and what was she trying to seduce younger men? And she put a picture up there that was like 20 years old, or she would like keep the lights turned down low. But you don't have to mention names. How did she do it? Like she was trying to.
I don't know. I shouldn't talk about what other people
You don't
do.
have to use her name. Don't use her name.
I
Just
don't know how she did it.
no. We're saying that
That was a
she was
long time ago, and I don't remember the details.
mom's pretty good. We're like the Sopranos over here. Loose. What do they say? Loose
I'm not
lips.
like this.
No, I'm saying that's the code we live by. Loose lips sink ships. That's it. Mom don't want to talk about it. All right, let's see. Minneapolis. Anybody else have any comments? Because we got about another. We'll go to 11. We'll go to 11. All right, Jim said, Dane Leinhardt told Jim, I was working on that, but I am a smoker and caught the paper on fire. They're always talking. They have their side conversations in the comments section, Mom. Back and
Oh,
which is
oh.
cool. Everybody's talking. Yeah, there was a huge fire, and Dane Leinhardt said it. It was right over there by that Celex bridge with that 27 paper joint. Yep. Easy Wider job. I'm trying to think of all the brands. Remember that store? There was a store up there, Mom, by now we got to remember there's a lot of people from Scotch Plains, New Jersey that watch, or the subs. There might only, thank you for the 6 people that are in the chat right now. There's a lot of people that I went to high school with. They'll watch this later.
Did they know Enzo Stuarti, the tenor singer who lived in Scotch Plains?
No, Enzo. What's his?
Enzo Stuarti.
Huh.
Well,
Who did he sing for? Is he
he
like
was popular in the 60s.
Gary Johnson? You know who Mom's talking about. Did he sing for an orchestra or a band or what kind of?
He was a soloist, but he was in, I think he was in a few movies, and
The
he
guy,
was born in Italy.
the guys know.
Love
Watch this.
Italy.
within a
Enzo
couple.
Stuarti. I said to Donnie, Donnie, you look like Enzo Stuarti, and he didn't know who that was.
I know he looked it up right away. Guaranteed.
Oh,
You
what
come-
happened was Enzo Stuarti lived on the south side of Scotch Plains. And when your father and I were together, your father was a mailman, and he came home one day after work and said, "You'll never guess who I saw today." And I said, "Who?" And he said, "I delivered mail to Enzo Stuarti's house. I rang the doorbell, and a maid didn't answer the doorbell. Enzo did." And he was
Wow.
so shocked.
Hmm.
I don't think he lived too long in Scotch Plains, but you know those big houses on the south side, how
Yeah,
nice they were.
where April used to live.
Yeah,
Cooper Road and all that over there.
yeah. Well, he was just shocked that Enzo answered the door.
You wouldn't believe who lives in a. I'm so tired. That's why my eyes are closing, Mom. We haven't gone to bed yet.
Well,
We had a bunch of stuff to do, and you know how it is when I shower. It's like a big ordeal, and it takes like an
Yes.
hour and a half. So it was 11 o'clock, then it was 12 o'clock, then it was 2 in the morning. Finally, I said, "All right, look, we got it." And then Isla fell asleep on the couch outside in the other room. So finally, boom, I'm in the shower. I'm in there for like an hour and 15 minutes, get out. And then all of a sudden, I got this second wind, spur of energy. And I said, let's do a live stream because there's a couple things I got to do. I got to make an introduction video to get the job teaching English. That's on the list, and so there's big changes coming. I got to do that soon. So I said, "What the heck? Let's just." Then I was like, "Let's get Mom in here and Alex. Let's see how many people we could get in a live stream." But Alex is in Vietnam, so tomorrow, which that worked out good. Tomorrow, we could do. I think he's going to get married. Alex, if you're watching, he's been going steady with this girl. Her name is Palm. I think is she from Thailand?
Thailand.
She's a Taiwanese.
Yes.
Palm's a really nice girl that Alex has been going out with, Mom. So hopefully they stay together. And he's 30. How old?
Alex?
Yeah. I don't think he's been married either, Mom. How old is he?
38?
No, 36. He's not
36?
So my friend Alex is like 36, Mom. Maybe he's gonna get married. That's a good age to get married. What do you think, Mom?
Yes.
You can get medication for pain management in the Philippines. Can you get? Yeah, you gotta. If you want to get pain medication, you have to find a doctor that's an anesthesiologist because it's called a dangerous. It's a dangerous prescription drug. When you look at the form, I got it like one time when I first got here from the flight. That was a while back. You have to find a doctor that's an anesthesiologist because it's not regular doctors that can prescribe pain medicine. You have to take a special course on top of what the regular doctor schooling calls for. In the United States, what a general practitioner could write prescription for pain medicine. It's not like that in, almost said Florida. It's not like that in the Philippines. You have to have additional training about addiction and then overdoses and side effects, all that great. And then the Narcan administration, how to give that intravenously or squirt that up somebody's nose. There's just a bunch of stuff to it. Dane Lionheart is going back and forth with Jeff W. Welcome to the chat. Sounds like a keeper, Dane. Yet are having side conversations in here. Good night from my side. Good night, Gary Johnson. Tell Gary good night, Mom.
Good night, Gary. Good night, Mark.
I don't know if Mark's going to sleep. Is Mark going to sleep? Mom, can you see the comments or no?
Yes.
Okay, that's cool.
Your Mark and Uncle said good to see you and to your mom, Bobby D.
Thank you, Mark.
And to
I'm glad you guys are here. How many in the chat? 9 in the chat. Who else is in here? So I'm looking at about 5 people. Who's the 4 that are shy? Filipinas. We got a lot of Filipino and Filipina. Filipina is female and Filipino is male, Mom.
Oh.
Have you heard anything about Mike going to the Philippines?
I don't think he's going too soon.
I'm surprised. That volcano, I have a friend. What's it? It's the Mayan volcano.
Yeah.
He lives by this volcano, Mom, and at night, and it's the scary part about it is everybody's like, oh, it's not gonna blow, but the cone is perfect. That's the ones that blow. You saw when you came to visit me in Portland, Oregon. My mom's come to visit me when I lived in Hawaii, Portland, Oregon, Florida, and that's it, right, Mom?
I think so.
Hawaii, Florida,
Yeah.
and Portland, Oregon. Remember we went up there? The reason I'm bringing this up, remember we went up to the volcano, Mount St. Helens?
Oh, yeah.
Remember the trees, how they were all blown flat in one direction?
Devastating. And I said, I'll never come here again. I just don't. It's too horrible to look at.
And remember how long it took us to drive up there?
Seemed like a long time.
It was hours because they didn't want to cut a road straight through there and they wanted you to see all that. So the road was like meandering through all the trees that looked like matchsticks. They didn't clean up any of that dead wood because now it's like a national monument. They had warned, there was people up there. They had warned people. There was some houses up there that were on the side of that mountain, the side that blew out and caved in. And they had a pyroclastic flow where a wall of mud, like 200 feet high, just came racing down the side of the mountain and just, I guess the steam, it vaporized everybody. And the old man was on the phone the last minute. He said, here it comes. And that was it. You didn't hear anything after that. He just yelled out like, here it comes.
Well, I'm sure I have plenty of pictures of that area.
Wow. That's amazing how that, then there's a place in Italy like that too. The bodies, they uncovered bodies that are like, they look like mummies. They're just all curled up.
Well, I know Italy has Mount Vesuvius, which it could blow at any time. You could see that from, where did we go? In Naples. We were in Naples and you could look outside and see that volcano.
Mount Vesuvius, huh?
Yes, yes.
That's pretty crazy. What? So there's people at the bottom of that volcano, Mom, living around the base of it?
I believe so, but I didn't get that close to it.
Man, that's pretty amazing. So my buddy from New York City, King, Tommy King, and at nighttime, the lava's pouring down the side, and it's perfectly conical shape, but it's the ones that are missing one side, to me, would be less likely to blow because it's not perfectly cone shaped. One side's already blown off. So that means it's the chances of something happen is probably less than when you have the perfect conical shape and you got lava pouring out of the top of it, because eventually there's going to be a plug or something's going to stop that flow of lava, and it's going to blow out the bottom side. It's going to come out, and then a whole side's going to go down. And it's just the whole side's going to disappear and come down the side of the mountain. And I was kind of worried about Tommy Ken. He kept saying, "Oh, it's normal," but then all of a sudden they started evacuating people. I was telling Isla, I said, "See, something's not right. That's not normal." He kept saying it. You know, the government tries to keep you calm.
Yeah.
Like, no, everything's okay because they don't want panic. And then all of a sudden they're like, all right, everybody's got to leave. Because I could tell by looking at it that did not look normal to me. There was a boatload of lava pouring out. And what's weird, at that time in Hawaii, there was another volcano, that big one over there on a big island. That one was acting up, and it hadn't acted up in a long time. So that's like that ring of fire. It's all connected, underground.
Yeah.
Domain said,
What did Domain say?
really pretty mom. Don't sass you, mama.
Don't. DA said, really pretty mama. What did she say?
Don't sass.
He said, don't sass your mama. No, I don't never talk back to my mom. My mom said, when I'm done talking to you and I say period, don't say nothing after that word period. Otherwise, your ass was done.
He just gets mad and hangs up.
Oh, you're talking about recently. Yeah, recently.
If he doesn't like what I'm saying, he gets mad and hangs up.
Yeah, because I don't want to argue. I can't argue with my mom because it hurts me more than it hurts. I'm not trying to hurt my mom, but I can't argue with my mother.
Oh, I hate to argue.
Jim Richards said, yes, Bobby, start talking about everything else but the vlog. He's on, have to do him in the Navy, reasons why he's 100%. Yeah, you guys didn't know I got out of the Navy on 100% disability. I kept hearing voices. They said, stay home and clean the guns. But,
what?
I'm just kidding, Mom. I wish I got a cuckoo check. My goodness. That would be good.
I don't think so.
Yeah, there's people that told me, oh, you should get a cuckoo check when I was down in Florida. I said, nah, I can't do that.
No, I don't think that ever works out well.
So, all right, you got let's see, back to the questions. What has everybody done in the last, give me your phone. I lost my phone, Mom. I'm losing. How could you lose your phone when it's right next to you?
I lose my phone all the time.
What is the most exciting thing everybody has done in the last week? Tell me a story. Let's tell Mom a story. What's the most exciting thing you guys have done in the last week? Message deleted by Bob.
How about with Robert at Isla?
Uh-oh, you got a hacker.
And then
I'm on the
I didn't have my glasses on.
Oh, we're on the chat thing.
Oh, you're talking to Robert.
Yeah, at Isla.
Oh, you're watching a film.
Yes.
Huh?
No, this is live.
Oh, it's live.
Yes.
Hi.
You
Oh, I got no clothes on.
Oh my goodness. Who's deleting these messages?
Maybe accidentally.
Is it TV?
Huh?
My goodness. That's a site, Mom. That's a site that I'm sorry, you guys you're going to have nightmares tonight when you
behold.
wake up sweaty tonight. Jeff W's laughing. It's funny. Mom, I think we got a hacker in here. Somebody's
really? How do you know?
Somebody's deleting messages.
Who?
All right, you guys get timed out for 300 seconds. Jim Richards got timed out. Who's doing that? You?
No, it's not me.
Wow. Somebody's in here putting these guys on timeout. They're looking out for mom. They don't want no side talking going on.
I did a nuclear stress test on
Okay, here we go. Here's the news.
the nuclear stress test, and that was Friday, and
Mom, how
they
does that
called me
go?
Monday and
Hold on,
said everything was normal.
How does it go? Go through the whole process when you get there.
Oh no, I'm not boring people with.
No,
They
this is
stick you with a needle and they put the dye in there, and then you go and lay down and the machine goes over you.
it's an MRI, right?
It's like an MRI.
And it's a stress test. Are you moving your legs, or why is it a stress test?
Well, I couldn't do that part of it because I had the boot on. So I told her I couldn't do the walking part. So I just did the nuclear part. Yes, that's.
Why do they call it? Does anybody know why they call it nuclear? The 7 people in chat, thank you for being here. Why do they call it nuclear? Somebody Google that and find out why. Do you know why they call it nuclear, Mom?
Because they inject you with dye and that machine is nuclear.
No, I thought that
It checks your arteries, to see if how your heart is working and if your heart is getting enough blood. But I didn't like the way they call it medicine. It makes you
they
little dizzy, or
give you a Xanax?
makes you feel a little strange.
Did they give you a Xanax?
No, I've never had a Xanax in my life.
No, I'm saying whatever they gave you to relax you.
It could be anything to
They give
relax.
it to listen, Mom, don't be embarrassed by this. They give it to everybody. When you go to the hospital and you're having really stressful, they inject you with like a Lazaropram, or it's another word is Xanax. Everybody thinks Xanax is a bad thing. It's just like Valium. They just changed the name is all they did. It's a little bit different, the formula. It's basically a tranquilizer to keep you calm. They gave one to Timmy because he's claustrophobic, believe it or not. He couldn't go inside the MRI, and they gave him a boatload of whatever it was. I said it was Xanax, and Ange said he started talking shit to everybody, and Ange said she was so embarrassed. Tim started f-bombing the nurses and everything because some people can't control themselves because they're not used to. All right, here it is, Mom. A nuclear cardiac stress test helps diagnose and monitor heart problems such as a coronary artery disease. A provider injects a small amount of radioactive substance into your bloodstream. All right, so the nuclear is the radioactive dye. But I thought, I guess it's different than contrast.
I don't know. Radioactive substance. They told me the name of the medication that it was, and I can't remember what it was.
Where did they inject that? In the back of your hand, or was it in your?
They tried here.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't do it. They tried. They were going to try here, but they said no. I don't think they put it in my hand, right there.
That's where I usually get it in my hand. And they're like, "Doesn't that hurt in your hand?" I said, "No, I used to box and everything with that karate, and so my hands are pretty tough." And then work, being an iron worker and all that stuff, that's better. Like that.
Whoa, that was.
Yeah, I got bags, Mom. I haven't slept.
Oh, I have big bags.
Yeah, you look good, Mom. You just got to get a little sun. What's
Sun? Oh, yeah, I got to get some sun.
the temperature is what, in the 80s right now?
Yes, yes, it is.
There you go. Do you get sun underneath that deck at a certain time of the day where you can lay in a chair and tip the back up and have the sun right on you?
In the morning.
There you go. That's the best time too,
Yes.
because you're not getting that high level REM radiation. It's the good sun.
Yeah,
Like at noon, it's a little bit too much.
yes,
You're
yes.
cooking it in. How's the questions? Let me see what questions we got, Mom. Mom, you should be reading the questions. I'm just glad we got people in here. And it's almost like a family. When you got a YouTube channel, you get to know people, Mom.
Yes.
So Jeff W., this is good Jersey talk. You know what Howard Berry said? This is good Jersey talk. Because there's just something about people from New Jersey. And Jeff W. broke it down for us. He was the one that told us what the nuclear stress test is.
Yes, thank you for looking that up. Or
Jim
yeah, it
Ritter.
was a special camera. Yes, blood flow around the heart. It was in 2 phases.
What's this thing? I don't get what it is.
The whole test took like 2.5 hours.
Wow, it took that long, Mom?
Well, yeah, because they do this to you, and then you have to wait 40 minutes, and they go back in that room and they take more pictures.
That's good though. They keep an eye on that. That's the thing where you had that heart procedure done and that surgeon, everything worked out. I still have to go thank him. I never got around to thanking that guy for saving your life.
I thanked him. I see him every year and now every 2 years. He's still there,
What's his name again?
Dr. Amortigi.
And he's from Colombia, right?
Yeah, Jose Amortigi,
Wow.
the heart surgeon.
Thank God. Can I tell the people there's 9 people in the chat? Can I tell them what happened? I'm not going to get into your personal history.
I don't think they really want to hear this late at night.
My mom came this close to meeting her maker, passed out, hit the floor, couldn't talk, and underwent hours and hours of heart surgery. Artificial heart valve seat and a Teflon valve, and
The aorta.
Yeah, it exploded, right?
Yeah, and I have 2 arteries, and one they couldn't do the 3rd artery because I was under too long. So they just let that 3rd artery heal itself.
Yeah, they didn't want to just the major stuff. They didn't want to do too much all at once because you were under a lot of stress, your whole body.
Yeah.
That's a major thing. Oh my
Thank goodness for modern painkillers. That's all I could say because I didn't feel a thing.
Yeah. Well, you've never taken pain medicine before. It was Dilaudid. Dilaudid is very good for post-surgery pain. It works really good. Because I asked the lady, I said, what are you giving my mom for the pain? And she said, Dilaudid. And it was funny, too, because there was so many people yakking in the room. I'm not going to say who it was. They were like, and the nurse came in here and said, who are all these people? She was like, you, and you could stay. Who are you? I said, I'm the only child. And she said, you could stay and everybody else got to go. Because everybody was yakking away and they were so loud. So the nurse threw
I
everybody
still remember that.
That was funny because I had said something in your ear, which I'm not going to repeat. And I remember you had all that equipment on you and you had to do laps. Remember walking?
Oh,
want-
walking was a nightmare. I didn't want to walk.
You
I
were holding all the wires and tubes and everything. And I'm like,
felt like
Mom,
they
slow
had
down. You're walking so
weight
fast. I
pulling
said,
you
slow down. But you wanted to you were like, I want to get back to the room so I could sit down. Then I knew why you were walking so fast.
It's a nightmare walking after surgery.
Uh-huh.
Your body doesn't want to move. It feels
Exactly.
like there's bricks pulling you down, cement blocks.
Almost feels like the attack, like the La Cosa Nostra has you and you have the concrete boots on. You heard that
Exactly.
concrete boots, right?
Concrete boots. That's the way it feels. Walking.
How about the guy from Roxanne? Oh, Roxbury. Yes, ringing a bell. So it's partly cloudy out. I think there's UFOs over here in the Philippines, Mom. We
I
keep
believe it.
crazy lights in the sky over here. I was thinking it's a drone and a couple other people, but I've seen a couple things that I can't even explain. And some of them we caught on video. And the lightning is pretty amazing over here. I was telling Isla when I lived in Florida. Dane Lionheart knows about that's the lightning capital of the world. Florida was crazy with the lightning. I got to go back to the comments. I remember Michael Scott. We were in the house and he dove underneath the table. And I said, "Are you crazy?" And he took me 3 houses down from where Marlene lived in the house on Harness Lane. And the lightning struck the house and energized. It must have hit the pole where, you got the main wire that comes in your house. It must have hit that. Imagine, and their ground cable wasn't hooked up right. So all that electricity went through every single wire in the house. And the guy said he was watching a big television in his recliner and it blew him out of the recliner backwards. The TV exploded and like 5 other appliances. It sounded like bombs going off in his house. Boom, boom, boom. And the TV went go bam. And when we went into his house, there was black lines all up and down the walls. You could actually trace out where all his electrical lines were in his house. That's how much juice. And it just melted. It melted 90% of the wires in his house. It was amazing. I never saw anything like that in my life. Then there was another guy. We were working on a bridge, and it was all rebar. I can't remember. We weren't responsible for doing all the rod busting, tying all the rebar, but there was an old boot laying there. And the steel-toed boots, sometimes when you're tying rebar, you're crawling around on your hands and knees, and the leather gets worn off the top of that steel toe. And this big dude weighed like 350 pounds. He went running for the truck. There was a bolt of lightning in the distance, and I see this guy just go running for the truck. It was a king cab truck, and he dove in the back, and he's screaming, "Bobby, get in here, get in here." And then the boss, the head supervisor, he took off running. So I kind of like casually walked up. They were like, "Get in, get her," pulling me in the truck. And then after the storm passed, they took me back up it was on a bridge, not like a big bridge like the George Washington. It was like a smaller bridge. And they said that there was a guy up on a bridge tying rebar. A bolt of lightning, like there was lightning in the distance, a bolt of lightning came down, hit the top of the crane, energized the crane. There was an extension cord laying by one of the outriggers of the crane. Electricity jumped from the outrigger. That's the things that come out of the sides of the crane, Mom, and they got them round things to keep the crane from falling over. They extend out and then down, and it holds the crane, and they could level it, different things. So the electricity hit the top of the crane, came down, went through the outrigger, jumped it out of the outrigger, hit the extension cord, which was laying on top of this guy's boot, and that's where the steel toe was exposed. The electricity went into his boot, blew him out of his boots, and burnt his foot real bad. And electricity came out of his one finger was black. They had to amputate the tip of his finger and part of his toe. I was like, holy shit. I couldn't believe that story. And the boot was just laying there. I said, he didn't take the boot home. They said he never came back to work after. He went to the hospital. We haven't seen him since. That was like 3 months ago. I was like, wow. So Florida, the lightning capital of the world, right?
Well, I know it's the shark capital of the world.
Florida is?
Yeah, Florida, California.
Dane, is mom correct about the shark capital of the world? I didn't know it was that. I knew it was the lightning capital, but the video we put up about the lightning, there's been a lot of, now it's the raining season here, Mom. So for the next, how many months? What's the raining season?
June, July, August, September, October, November.
So that's the raining season.
June to November.
And usually it's at night. Like now it's kind of hazy, overcast. So if you guys are thinking about coming to the Philippines, we got 7 in the chat right now. Tomorrow.
Do you have a lot of shark attacks there? Is there a certain month like October? There's a lot of shark attacks in Hawaii.
That's probably when they're like breeding. I know the great whites, I think they come into the Hawaiian waters to breed. I told you the story. Remember that big golf ball on the hill that dropped the radar?
Yes, yes.
The guy was in pieces in the bag. Oh my God. Mom, that shark was so big. It was the size of like a school bus.
Yeah, they get to like 20 feet. Yeah.
What, 27, 28 feet?
Get out.
Like a tank. That's the size of the shark that bit this guy in pieces.
What kind of a shark? Did they find out what kind of shark it was?
Tiger shark.
Tiger? Yeah,
It was a big, that was like a freak of nature type. You know how my pit bulls, they quite didn't look kind of like right. There's freaks of nature out there where it's just not a regular shark.
Well, this is Shark Week on TV, but it's on for a whole month, I think. I think it's I don't know if it's the History Channel or Discovery Channel.
Thank you for the 7 people in here. So who else is in here besides, I'm being all nosy. Who else is in here? Dane Lionheart and Jim Richards. I can see where you could be a storyteller, Dane. He's a storyteller like me, Mom. Dane, you can make it in Hollywood. You're strange enough to do it. Hollywood is different, Mom.
I believe it. Yeah.
Mom calls me Hollywood. That's one of the nicknames. How about everybody was saying Ray Liotta? That was pretty crazy, right? I didn't think I looked like him. But since I put on weight, I kind of
you do a little.
Kind of blew up a little bit. I lost a lot of weight, Mom.
Yeah?
Yeah, I knew when I was coming here that I was going to lose weight because that's just the way it is. When you travel and go somewhere new, I don't know, you always lose weight in the beginning. And then the food, I knew the food here wasn't all that spectacular, but I was kind of prejudiced toward Filipino food. And then I went to that one restaurant, not the expensive one with the tomahawk steak, but that other one that we went to. La something. What was the name of that restaurant, Isla? She's in that back bathroom. We went to that other restaurant, Mom, and the food was amazing. And the
Oh.
portions were huge and the prices were cheap and the food just kept coming and coming. I just got the menu and I want this. We tried like everything on the menu because we had, let's see, Noli, Nixie, Isla, and me. So we had like 4 or 5 people. I'm talking about, what was the name of the restaurant?
La Men's.
La what?
La Mensa.
La Mensa. Mom, that was a great restaurant. And the food was spectacular. I don't think have you ever had Filipino food, Mom?
I don't think so.
It's different.
The Filipino food, the one that you like, that's the Laputi de Azor.
Yeah, that was super good. You know what's weird? They like the spaghetti sauce with sugar in it over here.
Well, people put like a tablespoon in a, you know.
No, this is on a whole nother level. We're talking about sweet, like ice cream.
No.
Ice cream,
No, I don't
sweet.
think that's too healthy.
Did you see the thumbnail for this one? Can you see that?
No, you got to raise it up. Oh, yes. Oh, my gosh.
There you
Me? Who is that girl?
That's Isla, and then you're in the middle and me.
Oh, my God. I remember that picture when it was
Jade
taken.
Isle.
Jade Isle. Yes. I think I ate, what's his name, under the table. He said, I can't believe you ate that much.
Yeah, I ate a lot of food, didn't I? Howard Berry said, speaking Tagalog in a New Jersey accent is hilarious. Tagalog is the #1 spoken language in the Philippines, Mom. And you know, Jersey, we got the accent, the slider, the car. We don't necessarily talk like that, but Susan
Yeah.
does.
She
Susan,
does?
yeah, I noticed it. So, Barry. Howard is talking about speaking Tagalog in a New Jersey accent. That's got to be hilarious because the way Tagalog sounds with the Jersey accent, that's going to be crazy. Uh-oh.
Yeah, it keeps going out every once in a while.
Yeah, it's set on a timer so you don't waste electricity. That's like if you leave your computer unattended, you could adjust that, but the way you have it set now is pretty much where you want it.
Yeah, I put it to sleep.
Yeah.
Sleep mode.
Because you don't want that thing like lit up like that all the time. All right, everybody. I think I'm going to call an end to the chat. Mama Duke's got to get sleep. What time is it there, Mom? It's
11:25.
Wow, we got you up past your bedtime.
I'm going to go watch the shark show.
Uh-oh.
We're naked and afraid.
There you go.
That's a crazy.
What chat? Yeah, I was telling the guys on the channel. I was saying Mom's favorite show is Naked and Afraid. Is that new episodes or is that
Yeah, they have new episodes on. I think it's Sunday night. I think.
Man, I got attacked. This is kind of like a TMI story. Isla saw it. Ants. We had ants on the bed, and they attacked me down there. I don't know, the urine smell, and I had a catheter, indwelling catheter, so I had a tube going in my dingling, and I'll never forget it. I pulled the blanket back, and all I saw was ants.
Oh my God!
There was hundreds of thousands of ants down there, and it looked like it was just moving. I looked down and I let out a scream. I said, "Oh shit, Isla, I need help now. This is bad." I was screaming. And she came in and I said, "Look." And I never seen your face look like that before. You don't even know what to do. Isla didn't even know what to do. And I'm
I
like,
know, it's shocking. That would be shocking.
it was crazy. They
Yeah, because
they
on
were
the time
in
that I checked, there's no ants, but
yeah, it was like all of a sudden, and it was raining real hard outside. That was the weirdest thing. It didn't even, Mom, it kind of creeped me out. It didn't make sense.
Yeah, it is.
There was ants inside the catheter. That means they crawled inside of my body.
Oh my
How did they get
gosh.
inside the catheter? That's oh my God. I'll never forget that as long as I live.
I
That's
hope
like
they weren't those red biting ants because they have
no,
different types
they're,
of ants.
these ants
Sugar
are
ants,
they're like
small ones.
sugar ants, but they're really fast. They're
Uh-huh.
really fast.
Are they dark in color? Are they light color, dark?
Are
Dark?
super small
Where the
and
heck did all those things come from?
that was the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my
Ah,
life. We had about this was last year raining season, right? Huh?
yeah,
Islands,
raining season.
Island. I can't even talk. We're so
Yeah,
I
the
can't even
raining
pronounce word. So it was last year during the raining season. I remember it had rained for like a week straight, Mom,
season.
and I saw a couple ants here and there, and they bite too. I was getting bit by them, and I think they were in the bed frame. Mom, it didn't even make sense.
mm-hmm.
It was like there was no ants, and all of a sudden there was millions of them. And
Wow.
the way they attacked me just in that one spot down there, it's
Crazy.
like something out of a horror movie.
Yeah, that's crazy. Wow. It's
So
scary. Shocking. That's what it is. Yeah.
it really freaked me out.
You guys better get some sleep.
I, all right, think about this. Imagine if you woke up and you were
Wait a
sleeping,
minute.
you didn't have underwear on, you were sleeping naked, and they were coming out of your vajayjay. The ants
No,
were.
thank you.
That's what it was like, though.
Oh
That's
my
what it was
God.
like, and the whole thing was covered, and I was like, I look, and she couldn't get them off fast enough. I was freaking out.
I
All right,
would be freaking out too.
enough of that story. So you guys have to watch out for the ants over here. The bugs. You know how Florida, there's a lot of bugs.
Yeah, yeah.
There's swarms of bugs over there sometimes. There was these Mexican guys, they were painting houses in this development. This guy was all proud. He said, look, the first one is still drying, and I'm on my third house. It was one level block houses, and he had scaffolding set up ahead of time. So he would go around the house. He would just run around the house, and he had the guy moving a 5-gallon bucket with the heavy duty professional paint sprayer. And then he would get up on a scaffolding, do the soffits, and he was banging them out. And I remember all of a sudden there was a bloom, and I'm like, "What's a bloom?" They said, "Bobby, get in the truck and go back to where them guys were painting the houses. You're not going to believe it. In the backyards, there was like swampy area in the back. These black winged bugs came pouring up out of the ground because we had a rainstorm the day before, and that must have triggered these bugs to hatch. There was millions of bugs stuck in the paint on these houses, and they had to go back and sand with sandpaper and electric sanders to get all the bugs off of the paint jobs on these 3 houses. Billions of bugs came pouring out of the ground. I've never seen anything like that before. Florida and bugs, and then fire ants down there. Them things are atrocious. They bite you all at the same time. It's not like one bites you. They get on you, and then they send that pheromone signal, get them, and then they all bite you at the same time. That's why they call them fire ants, because it feels like your skin is on fire. So Jeff W likes the Naked and Afraid. Last Man Standing is the new episode, Mom.
Yes,
Jeff, did you see that one?
yes. Well, I've been keeping up with them. I
Okay.
think there's only a few guys left. They get $100,000 for the last man standing.
I wonder if this Jeff W. You know who that might be, Mom? That might be Jeff Weiner. Imagine that. So
Oh my gosh.
Jeff said, "I hope Jeff wins in Naked and Afraid." Is there a guy named Jeff that you know about? Jeff.
I think so.
So he's hoping Jeff W. hopes that his Jeff wins in the next. All right, Mark Menenga, right?
Yeah.
All right, Mark. We'll call him Eminem. Good night. Enjoy the live with your mom, Allah and Isla. All right, Mark. Howard Berry. Stung in the balls by a B1. Oh, that's imagine getting stung down there.
Oh my God. Jeez. No.
Howard Berry got stung in the testicles. Them things must have. Remember me and Dino wiped our asses with poison ivy?
Yes.
Oh, his head swelled up, and then he was telling me we're in the pool, and you know how when you're young, you're kind of like shy, and then like homophobic or whatever it is. He said, "Go." He said, "Take the mask." What's wrong? He said, "Take the mask and go under." You're not going to believe it. His balls were like the size of. He was crazy, and his face, you couldn't. His eyes couldn't open. They were like little slits. We were in the woods. I think you had me go over there and show you what we wiped our asses with, and it was the poison oak all down the side of the tree. We were pretending that we were stranded in the jungles of something, I don't know. It had something to do with GI Joe, and I had that book with the record. So we were like pretending. And we were pretending we didn't have supplies, so we're wiping our asses with leaves, and it turns out it was poison ivy. And oh my God, Dino's ball sack got the size of a softball, bigger. His head swelled up. He was out of school, Mom. He was out of school for like 3 months.
Wow.
It was bad. I didn't get it that bad
I
because
know poison oak. I had it. I had chinky eyes. My eyes were almost shut closed.
just
We
like
were we were weaving the stems.
wow. Imagine all the juice that was.
Caliendo.
Jeez. Did Grammy find out about that?
Of course she did. She saw us.
God. Oh, she saw you. Is that when she stopped you guys?
No, we didn't know we were playing with poison oak. We were picking it off the trees,
You guys
weaving the
know,
stems.
but did Grammy say, "What are you doing?"
I don't know what she said.
You must have been hot about that because Grammy.
I wonder if that Jeff W. You're right. I wonder
See?
what his last name is. Is it Weinert?
That would be something. So, Mom, I'm not afraid. Jeff is the guy that everybody hates.
Well, he's
You know-
very strong. And
Is
he's
he?
very savvy, yes.
Huh. The haters.
He's
are
a
hate-
hunter.
Is he good at what he does? He's going to make it, you think?
Very possible.
What's the
Was I mean, the answer?
ass is yo, it wasn't funny at the time, and your asshole is burning, and then your asshole swells up so tight you can't
Okay,
even.
let's not talk. Let's not go there.
So if your wife has a loose vagina, just rub some
Just
poison.
stop it.
I love
It's
embarrassing
disgusting.
them. All right, now I done lost my whole train of thought. See what you did? We'll just blame HB. We got the names have been changed to protect the innocent. HB made me do it, Mom. So what's the plan for tomorrow?
What's tomorrow? I don't even know what's tomorrow. I don't know what we're going to do tomorrow.
Well, that's good. could sleep in that you stayed awake. You got to get up in the morning and take the pill, and then you go back to bed for a couple hours.
Maybe.
I think I'm gonna try.
Huh? What?
Go ahead. Every day is a different adventure.
Every day is a different kind of day.
I hear you on that one. You see the change the comment. Yeah, it was all Howard Berry started. He said poison ivy and S is funny as hell. It wasn't funny at the time. Oh my God. I'll never forget that as long as I live. How about the lady? There was a lady, speaking of them woods, there was an old Italian lady that used to wear one of these schmucks, and she wore the schmata on her hair and the schmuck. She was like real old school with the black, like leather shoes that were like handmade in Italy, and she was like bow-legged. And
You're talking about Flanders Avenue?
now this was Sunset Place. Sunset Place. You had Dino DeFrancesco's house, and then you had the woods, and then you had some old lady, and Tony Del Naro was across the street. And this lady was a bitch. She hated all the kids. But one day she was like real sweet. She said, "Can you guys come in my yard and help me? I'll give you money." So she was like, she was showing us all this money. She had a stack. So I was like, "Tony, man, we could get paid. What do we got to do?" She said she had this big jug of bleach. It was more than a gallon. It was a bigger container, but it looked like a giant bleach container. Does bleach come in a container bigger than a gallon? Maybe the industrial bleach or something. It was like 2.5 gallons. It was a big ass bottle of bleach. And she said, "I want you to go back." The DeFrancesco's had what is that, arbors where you have the grapevines growing over like that, and they got the flat ones and then they got the round ones.
Yeah.
So they had all these grapes, and the lady said, "In the back, you can't miss it. There's a hole in the ground like this big around." She said, "Just pour this down there and stiffen up those bees a little bit. You'll be okay. If they chase you, just come in the house. I'll be waiting by the back door, and I have your money." And she showed us a big wad of cash. And I should have known something was wrong because this lady was calling the cops on us all the time, and Tony was always fighting with this lady, and Mr. Del Naro couldn't stand her. So I'm like, something's not right. I should have known better. I remember we started to pour the bleach down the hole, and these freaking ants. There was another hole we didn't know about that was kind of like off to the side where all the grapevines were hanging down, and there was all these grape leaves piled on top of it. And freaking ants came up in the air, and we looked up, and it's like a fucking cloud, and they just started zapping us. They just dropped down on top of us because we're in that arbor thing. So they're just like, they're hitting us all down the back of my shirt. They're flying up underneath my shirt. We go running. Tony was faster than me. He got to the door, and the lady goes, "You fuckers." She's like, "You're not getting this money." She slammed the door on us. So now we're on our porch getting attacked by the bees. I was like, holy shit. Tony jumped over the side of the porch from like 6 steps up, took off running. I just turned around and ran right back down the stairs. And we got to Mr. Del Naro's house. Mr. Del Naro went over there, and we're like, "Don't go over there. There's freaking bees everywhere. You'll get stung by the bees." But the lady she slammed the door right in our face. We were covered with bees. She said, "You're not getting this, you little fuckers." Boom. And she slammed the door. That lady was terrible. Tony got her back, though. He messed up her house. She had that aluminum siding that dents. He got a bunch of mud balls and blasted the whole one side of her house. That had dents all over the place. And the cops were there. Anyway, back in the day, kids.
All right, Robert, I'm going to cut out.
All right, Mom.
Good night.
And
you guys sleep.
Yeah.
I know it's morning over there.
Yeah. So Jeff W.
How do I shut this off? Let's see.
Mark O'Neill, my mom, Patty, Mark O'Neill's here.
Hello, Mark.
Something, and Mark said something like that happened with poison ivy with me. Made own trail to fishing hole. So he had that fishing spot that you can't get to, so you got to take a machete or pull out all the weeds to get there. Had blisters everywhere and arms. Used the bathroom and got blisters on private parts too. Doctor's advice: wash hands before and after PP. Oh my God. Mark said hello, Patty.
Hello, Mark. Good night, Mark. I'm going to leave the studio now. I'm going to hit this.
All right, Mom. I love you, and I'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Good night,
Yeah.
Isla.
Good night, Mom.
I'll see you
Good
in the
night,
dream.
Robert.
Bye, Mom. I love you.
Love you.
In the dream.
That's gonna end this.
All right, you guys. We're wiped out.
What?
Wiped out. I could sleep for a week right now.
Mm.
But it was good. I appreciate everybody here in the chat, and see if we get this thing cranking up again like we had it. It's just that bed sore. It was like, let's see if I could do this so you could see. It was like this deep. Let's see, this deep.
Like that.
Yeah, like this deep. And the hole started out like, I'm trying to get this right. The hole was freaking big. It was twice the size of my eyeball around and that deep. It was crazy. I waited too long and I didn't think there was that much dead tissue, and the doctor's cutting with the scalpel more and more and more. And then you could literally see the tendons and the ligaments that your muscles attached to the bone with. I just thank God every day. And tomorrow I'm going to get up in a wheelchair and we're going to go outside and make a really good video. I have not flown the drone except in the, what do you call it, bed pilot? I'm saying just crashed into the wall. And I did the same thing in New Jersey. Got to fly that drone. That damn drone was like $1,800. We were busting on a lady that lived upstairs from me in the apartment in Hackettstown, New Jersey. It's a nice town. And the lady we called it the prop car because she's got money, my neighbor. I can't mention names who it is. If you're watching, you know who you are. So my Jamaican caretaker, Tony, the lady goes, "How much does that drone cost?" And Tony, in his Jamaican accent, said, "It costs more than your effing car." And the lady was like, "What? That's impossible." And then Tony told her how much it cost, and she was like, "Oh my God, what are you wasting all your money on that drone for?" I said, "No, in Hawaii, they got beautiful beaches and mountain ranges and everything. But guess what? Old drone pilot here, Bobby Pro, hasn't flown the drone yet. So I gotta get on that. It's a lot to learn, and I want to get really good at it. What's that? Mavic, the one that flies real fast. That's crazy. Where it's like zoo, zoo, zoo. That small one. That's funny the way it's shaped. The racing drone. Unbelievable. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's been real. Good night to the 8 people in here. I appreciate everybody showing up. Made my day. And we'll be back. We're going to start doing the live streams more often. Thank you, Mark O'Neill. God bless you too. Yep, God willing. I'll tell you what. I want some Taylor ham, egg, and cheese. You're calling it the right. It's Taylor ham. What's the other one? Oh, we used to have bad arguments about that. It's Taylor. Everybody's like, Taylor's the brand. No, it's what we call it. It's Taylor ham and egg. That's what it is. And it's not. All right, don't get mad now. It's sauce, not gravy. Don't get mad at me. Yeah, it's sauce, not gravy. Don't get mad at me.
Why?
It's a Jersey thing. What exit you from? Jersey. What exit?
What is it?
See,
Worm.
see, that's code words. I try to teach Isla the slang, and don't I? Am I
It's like
corrupting you?
centavo.
Centavo, yeah. Isla was telling me, what was the thing?
Yeah, because my teacher in English, like
Listen to this.
the centavo is like how many centavo? Like 3 syllables, and then
Yeah.
to make it short,
Listen
like
to this.
cents. So the teacher told us every time we read centavo, so we read like shortcut the abbreviation cents, and then
Yeah,
the
you were
teacher
right
corrected.
The teacher, is that English teacher?
Yeah.
The English teacher is trying to tell Isla that if you're in the United States, you say centavos. When's the last time you went and bought a Taylor ham and egg sandwich and what's that famous hot dog? I don't know. Atlantic City Boardwalk. When's the last time you went and bought a Taylor ham and egg sandwich and paid $4.50? A centavo. I was like, what the F is a centavo? Oh, that's what my teacher said. I said, no, I've never heard anybody in New Jersey. BJ, what's up, bro? I was just thinking about you this morning that we're astronauts. That's what we are.
Astronauts.
Astronauts. Get it? Astronauts? We're astronauts.
Time for you to sleep.
Time for this astronaut. At least you made it, BJ. We'll give you
Nathan's hot dog.
yeah, Nate, that's it. Nathan's hot dog. That's it. You got it. My goodness. I can't wait to bring Isla to New Jersey because New Jersey is like a one of a kind. I've been all over the United States from one end to the other and a lot of places in between. Not too much north and south Dakotas up there toward Canada. Not them states all along the seaboard. British Columbia, Seattle, Washington, Oregon, California, all down that way. Texas, and then all the way down. Then you got Jersey, Florida. Let's see, all that stuff. Oh, I'm so tired. All right, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow, living abroad. What time did he say? Is that you?
9 a.m.
9 a.m. in the morning. We're going to be doing a live stream. And you can learn a lot from Alex. Alex is a good guy. I like him. And that's about it. All right, it's Bobby D and
AD.
signing out. Y'all have a blessed day. And God look over everybody.
Everybody.
Let's make it a great rest of this year. Love you guys. Take care of yourselves. Why are you? Oh my God. If you could just Isla in this freaking, you wouldn't understand unless you had a younger wife. It's a TikTok. Did you record that?
No.
Record it. It's terrible.
It's your face.
Yeah, look at this. Record that.
Me.
I'm sitting here talking. She's, oh my God. Show that to show them what you're doing. Wait till you see this. Show them. Show them. Hey, would you please show them? Look at this. I'll show it. Look at this is what we're going to look like. This is way Isla's going to look and me in the next 3 years. That's it. So I'm sitting here trying to be serious. And I look down and this is what this one's doing. All right, Bobby out.